Hey Despa, what you doing? Are you maybe hungry for something healthy? Some healthy kale, huh? Oh, you are. Come down. Don't be a lazy dragon. Come on. Seriously. Despacito. Here you go. I joke. Now show the people how you eat healthy. I think that he got his appetite back. So 4 days passed since the incident in the last video, and you see, you wouldn't even assume that something happened to Despacito. Despa, do you want some more, or that satisfied your need? Yeah, I think that he doesn't want any, but unfortunately I still need to feed him that healthy mixture that I received from the veterinarian. So I will attempt to give him directly, and if he refuses, again I will need to force him. But yesterday he actually took 1 spoon on his own, but he wasn't really a fan of the taste, I guess, and didn't want any more. But you see, he's so active now once again. I'm not sure if medication helped that much and that quickly, so in just 4 days by feeding him that mixture. But if I wasn't there that day when the seizures happened, I probably wouldn't even know that something was up. At least I think. Come on, Despa, 1 more leaf. You want a roach? Okay, I will give you some roaches. I will give him some lateralis roaches, 1 female. Flip. Here we go. You ready, Despa? Roach. You like these sometimes. I hope today. Look. Yes. No. There we go. You see, a healthy dragon. I don't even know what to say now. I don't even know what to think, but I don't want to go through the same thing again, because that was definitely traumatic, and as I have seen from the comments, it was a traumatic experience for most of you witnessing that. So please, Despa, stay healthy. Can you do that, huh? But in order to do that, you need to eat whatever I give you, everything that I give you, yes. This guy, he will be the end of me. So a lot of you were really worried about Despacito and really hoping for his recovery and everything, but I also read a lot of comments from you that are questioning my care and wondering if I'm capable of caring for the dragon, or if I do my research and do my stuff. So I don't really want to outsmart anyone or tell anyone what to say or what to think. What I will do, I will go through how exactly I care for Despacito and go through every aspect of the care. So yeah, I think that's the best solution. And then I will do a quick Balfouri update video and quick Waterfall Enclosure update. And I even wrote some notes just so I don't forget to mention everything and say everything. So let me get that. These are the supplements that I use, but let's start from the enclosure and how it is set up. Actually, before I start, one important thing. If you think that you need to comment something in regards to what am I saying, make sure to watch the entire thing and then write your comments. Don't say that I'm not doing something, but I'm actually talking about that later in the video, because I'm noticing the theme of just rushing and commenting something that I'm not doing something that I'm actually later explaining in the video what am I doing and how I'm doing it. So anyway, the 2 most important things in the actual enclosure are the light and the heat. And what I'm using here, this is Arcadia, I don't really know the name of the lamp, but the light fixture is 12% UVB desert something, D3, I don't know, but it is 12% UVB, so it is almost the strongest one that there is on the market. And on their page there's a lighting guide that explains you, that tells you how far you need to have the basking spot from the actual fixture, light fixture. And for this lamp, the distance between basking spot and the light fixture should be between 30 and 45 centimeters. And here, from here to here, I have 34, and now by placing a corkbark on top of that, I have the exact 30. So I wanted to bring him a bit more closer to the lamp, but this is the closest that it is prescribed, not prescribed, but it is written that it should be. This specific bulb, is this called a bulb? This is not the bulb, right? I think that there is a different word that describes this light fixture that you change, that emits light, but it is rated that it lasts for 1 year, and this specific one I changed it in March this year. So I still have like 5 more months to go. So yes, I know that I need to change the UVB lamps. I am very aware of that. Next, the temperature. There is also a lot of comments saying that my heat spot is not working because it doesn't emit light, but this heat spot is the best on the market and it doesn't emit light. It is I think it's called deep heat projector, and it is the 85 watts version, and the output is, I think, greater than 100 watt of regular heat spot lamp that you can get. Also, the reason why it is angled this way, maybe I will bring it a bit closer, but when it is at this distance from this basking spot, it keeps it in between 35 to 37 Celsius. So also what I read on the internet, it says that their basking spot should be between 35 and 40. Now this is from one side, there is multiple sources. I went for that, maybe it is wrong, I don't know, I'm just saying what am I doing here and what are the parameters here. So 35 to 37 Celsius at this spot, basking spot. I can probably, if I put the fixture like here, then I would probably achieve 40 here. Also, the thing that is important when it comes to general reptile care, when it comes to light and temperature, it is to have the enclosure that is big enough to offer a gradient of different temperature levels. So if he is at his basking spot, he will have the optimal basking spot temperature. But if he moves like here, it will be a bit cooler, but he's still under the UV lamp. Also, he can go here where it is significantly colder, and he can go all over there when he wants. And he can then thermoregulate on his own. He can choose where he wants to be at certain point. Is that right, Despacito? You can choose, you know? You don't need to be here if you are cold. You can go closer or further. I really hope that he knows that. But what I noticed ever since he had those attacks, he is spending significantly more time under the lamp here on the basking spot. I'm not sure if there is any connection in between the attacks and his behavior now, but this is what I noticed. But this covers the light and the temperature, and from my knowledge, from my research, this is the best possible solution on the market. And I read that on the forums when I was researching before I got Despacito and Felix. I was actually doing my research, you know, and reading what are people saying about what are the best light and heat solutions. And a lot of statements on the forums, on the all sorts of forums, Arcadia is providing the best solution for that. Also, next thing that is super important, it is the supplements that I'm using. I mean, that you should use with your for your reptiles. And what I'm using, also Arcadia reptile products, and 2 things. Number 1 is Earth Pro A, and number 2 is Calcium Pro and Magnesium. So this contains calcium and magnesium, I think only those 2 things, while this thing contains magnesium and other minerals and vitamins. In general, I'm using this for 5 feedings, and then for 1 feeding I'm using this. And every time I'm feeding him insects, every time they are dusted with either this or either this. Only maybe in some videos I don't dust them because I'm recording the video, and then for the flow of the video maybe sometimes I didn't dust the feeders, but during normal feedings I'm always dusting. So yes, that covers that. Also, from what I read, one of the best solutions on the market. I don't know. This leads us into his diet and what I'm actually feeding him. You know, bearded dragons, they are, I always forget the word, but he eats insects and also vegetables. So, you know, type of animals that eat both things, just like we are. Most of the time I'm feeding him kale, and that thing contains high calcium and low phosphates or something, and that should be ideal for him because there are other types of vegetables that actually contains high phosphates that actually block the absorption of calcium or something like that. I might be kind of wrong, but from what I read, the kale should be really good for him, and that is what he is generally eating, what he is eating most of the time. Also, sometimes I'm feeding him carrots, other leafy things that I don't know how they are called on English, also carrot tops, and I tried a bunch of different green vegetables, but he is really picky and doesn't want to eat everything that I give him, so I need to choose stuff only that he wants, which is maybe his downfall. When it comes to insects, I'm feeding him usually lateralis roaches and dubia roaches, but sometimes on occasion I get crickets and superworms, but that is kinda rare. Also, he doesn't have a water bowl because he never drinks. I never seen him even try to drink. I bathe him in warm water like twice per month maybe. I don't really have a general rule, but also when I put him in the water, he never tries to eat, and even when I dump a bit of water on his head, he's also not great fan of that. Not great fan of water, definitely. And I think I covered the general care that I provide for this little guy. If I'm forgetting something, feel free to write it down. When I'm doing videos like this that are problematic, I will always go through majority of comments and read them. So sometimes I will find some useful information. A lot of times I will find ton of conflicting information, but mostly I will find a ton of really supportive comments. So it really means much, especially in situations like this one. I also noticed a bunch of comments in regards to Despacito's tail, saying that he got a tail rot just because his tail was like from here to here black during the seizures, but now you can see that his tail is completely normal color and everything. There is not a single sign of tail rot, so it is really annoying when I see comments that are just jumping to conclusion like that, saying things that are really untrue and not realistic. And also I would like to discuss another thing that I noticed. It was a bit controversial in the comments. I said that he inherits the MBD from his parents, and then a lot of you said that that is impossible, that MBD cannot be passed on from parent to offspring. But the thing is, I'm also familiar that is the thing that is written on a bunch of sites, that MBD is always caused by a bad care. But when I received Despacito, he was only 3 months old, and already he had his tail like broken. You can see that if you go to the old video. I can actually overlay the footage from the old video. You can see that his tail is crooked and already bent, and he's only 3 months old, so it means that he already had problems. Also, a few months after that, I took him to vet for x-ray, and on the x-ray the veterinarian said that he can see that situation with his bones is not problematic, really problematic, but he can see that his bones are kind of more hollower and that the MBD is actually present. That means that he managed to develop MBD in only 3 months of his life, while also it is known that MBD is developed through several years of bad and inadequate care. So now you can see what I'm saying. Those two statements contradict each other, because if the MBD cannot be inherited from parents, and also in the same time it develops after a few years of inadequate care, how did he already had MBD with only 3 months of his age? Yeah, you know what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. That is the reason why I said that he inherits the MBD from his parents. Maybe it's not the entire metabolic disease, but for sure he was born with bad health and, I don't know, weaker genetics or something, poor genetics. That is the reason why I said that he got it from his parents. And yeah, with this I think that we can conclude this section of the video in regards to care for Despacito and Despacito's condition. I will continue the treatment, and also I will redesign his enclosure. I think that I will move the heat spot here and also the light more in this corner and have like a bigger basking spot than it is currently. I think that I will do that. And also in regards to substrate, I would actually like to have at least half of the enclosure covered with excavator clay. Not the same clay as I originally had in his enclosure, because that one produced a lot of dust, but I want to get the actual excavator clay. That thing is a bit more robust, and then I will cover this, I don't know, this section of the enclosure with that. Most likely that is not 100% sure of what I will do. Or maybe he will get entirely new enclosure in the new dark then. Despacito, do you want new enclosure? I think that he now wants to be left alone. He's been through a lot in these past few days, but I still need to give him the mixture today. So yeah, Despacito, the two of us are not over. And we can quickly check out the other reptile, Felix, the Panther Chameleon. He seems to be in much better health than Despacito, but you know that his tongue doesn't really work as it should, although he eats without any problem. Let me actually demonstrate how good he is when it comes to feeding. Still need another roach. Whoops. I'm also dusting his feeders regularly, so let me show you that in the video, because if I don't dust it in the video, some will think that I'm not doing that. Now look at this. Felix, do you want this? From my hand. He's eating out of my hand. That is something that was unthinkable just half year ago. And I'm super happy about that fact. Now, in regards to Waterfall Enclosure, you know, the future enclosure for the vampire crabs, if I ever manage to get them. I think that the water is completely ready. You see, I'm running the tests for ammonia and also other stuff like nitrate and that other thingy. But the water seems to be good quality. It is a bit harder, but until I get the RO system, there is not much that I can really do about that. But in the new dark then I will have that system, so the water quality then should be superb. As you see, the waterfall now works. The problem was the pump was of course clogged, and now it works as it should, but the pump is a bit louder than it used to be, and maybe I will try to get better pump. I'm not really sure. The only problem is when I was fixing the pump, I kind of destroyed majority of the plants inside of the water. Hopefully these will recover, but everything else is doing amazing. But another unfortunate thing, when I asked you if you know some seller that is selling vampire crabs, majority of sellers that I asked that you wrote in the comments are not shipping to Croatia, but there is one seller in UK where I actually managed to make the order, but they didn't really give me any update in regards to that order for more than 2 weeks now, so I'm not really sure if they're also able to capable to ship in Croatia. I don't know, I will need to send them an email, I guess. Yeah, but when we get the crabs, the enclosure is ready. I'm just waiting for the crabs. And the final thing, the Balfouri communal. I have questions in regards to this enclosure quite often. I need two hands to remove the top lid. And also I need more light. Yeah, as I was saying, I often see questions in regards to how the enclosure is doing, but you know, there is not much to update you. There's just one kind of fortunate update in regards to it. The mature male that I had inside for maybe a year or so, I'm not really sure, has unfortunately passed away last week. So now I only have females inside, and I'm not sure if there are 2 females inside or 3 females. There should be 3 females, but in a long time I only spotted 2 females outside in the same time, and now you can see them also. Here is one, and this one seems kind of freshly molted, especially if you compare it with this female down there that currently is munching on the roach, if I can see correctly. Is she? I'm not sure, but we should feed this one also. There is one lateralis roach down there. So, hey, where are you going? Oh, no, she's not munching on the roach, you see. I saw it wrong. I need tweezers. And let's, oh, he's now going here. Oh, even better. I'm poking roach with a roach. Oh no, he went under. I guess we will use this one. Nope, not interested. Maybe this one. Oh, what was that? It seemed like she grabbed it, but then she released it. But potentially she could also be in a pre-molt. I don't know. She might be fresh and she might be in the pre-molt. So that is all in regards to Waterfall Enclosure. You see currently it is down here. I moved it from over there because I think that it looks sweeter here. A bit better, but I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Never mind. I guess that we can end the video here with Felix. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel even more, there's a Patreon page. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I upload every Monday and Friday. So see you again soon. Bye.